4,000 naira per cup. Even Gary, the poor man's food, became luxury. Buhari's policies, border closure, herdsmen attacks, fuel subsidy, scam, without planning, collapsed agriculture. Buhari was always silent when Nigerians needed him most. Remember NSAS? When the young people were unalived and killed and brutalized at Lekki toll gate, Buhari kept quiet. When the train bombing took place, there was no visit, no speech by Buhari. When the massacres in Benue, in Plateau, in Zamfara, all he did was condemn on Twitter and vanished. He acted like a ghost president. Present in Aso Rock, absent in leadership. So let the truth echo louder than the tributes. Buhari is gone, but the damage he did will take decades to repair. And those who try to rewrite history must be reminded that Nigeria and Nigerians will never forget. And we will tell them boldly, never again. Never again will we trust a so-called messiah. Never again will we trust a bunch of politicians who make endless, shameless promises and deliver nothing. Never again will we put the destiny and future of Nigeria in the hands of one man. Never again. This is the story of Buhari. It's not about speaking ill of the dead. It's about telling the history and the truth and the facts. That's the story. It's not about speaking ill of those who have passed away. It's about telling the truth and the facts the way it is. Because when you fail to remember and recite your own history, especially when it's very recent, you will repeat that history. Buhari was champion of a so-called coalition. A coalition that involved the current president and Buhari coming together to save us from the shackles of PDP, from the insecurity of PDP, from the corruption of PDP. Guess what?
In the 10 years of ruling Nigeria with two different people, things have been happening without you speaking up. It is now that you want to speak up. Hey, goodness God. Nothing where I no could see, where no could even want to hear. Things that happen in this tenor. A lot of people, a lot of youth, a lot of top politicians, a lot of top leaders are saying that there's nothing that will make Tinubu not to elect 2027. That he will going to sit second term. And some youth don't agree to this. So see, wahala be like crayfish for river because he did. Anyways, I don't have much to say, but what I have to say is that God, please, you tell me in your words that you will not allow a bad leader to lead us. Let your will be done in Nigeria, because even Gary will be poor people food. It's not poor people food anymore. See, hey, ice fish will be poor people food. It is not poor people food anymore. So I don't even know what to say. God, lead us, help us in this kind of situation. Let your will be done. See you in my next video while you watch the reaction videos.
Primarily because from the policies and the reforms he has put in place, and also because policies take time. When you look at the top economic experts, they give it a time of between 4 to 6 years before you can really see. I'm talking about key policies now, not even initiatives.
That if the voters see
but
those
we have
reforms.
seen, when you look at the alignment of policies touching on key sectors of the economy, look at the solid minerals economy, for instance, lithium and copper and all of this. The size of the world is now. It took this president to give the support, the focus in that sector. Our oil sector, what the story before now is different from what we have. The educational sector, the agri sector, the health sector. As we speak, 5,000 primary health centers are being reinvigorated. Already 1,000 are fully operational. I can go on and on. Let me just, I think by the share, when you sit down and you look at, in just 2 years, you look at the sheer number of policies, the sheer number of initiatives that have been onboarded by this administration, you will see a leadership adept and conversant with development. But more critically, a president that understands that this giant has been punching below its belt, who is now waking up some of those critical things that we preferred to sidestep or just procrastinate about. Is beginning to interrogate them and beginning to confront them. The devils that have helped and was elected to run a country and is busy at that. Some people are busy and their concern is how to run a party. They can well go ahead and run the party. But President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has a mandate to run a country and he will not be distracted from there. The politics can play up. At the start of this, you talk about, in my 30 years, this is the first time I'm seeing a presidential election that is 2 years ahead of us. And you've seen so much. The politics is not being heated up. My own interpretation is that we're seeing the political culture of this country mature. In America, 3 years before the election, you see meetings, you see surveys and the rest. This is an act of political maturity. So there's no panic anywhere. No panic.
But I mean, the cry is still that, and although a lot of people don't like to hear this in government, that Nigerians are hungry. How do you fix that? How can the average person, because the bottom line is that nobody cares about who is in this politicking or whatever. They just want to know that their lot is better, their food is provided on their table, money is in their pocket, they can be able to survive.
See, they also want to know that you have a government that is making efforts, that is working to build a better country. You see, you can either want a country that for a short time, everybody is happy. And then after a short time, you start to struggle. It's like building a house. You either make sure that the foundation is solid, or you do a makeshift foundation. When the storms come, it will fall. Building a new foundation, recalibrating any economy, Nigerian economy, and ipso facto any other economy, comes with certain sacrifices and pains. And this administration has owned up that, yes, some of these policies we know will create pains. Some of these policies will require perseverance. Cost of living for a while will be high, but we're at work to make sure that we elevate them.
From talk to action, Tinubu's plan to farm 10 million hectares is real, and fertilizer is being distributed to farmers. Farmers are receiving fertilizers, not empty promises. Welcome to day 9 of the 100 days of Tinubu's Achievements Challenge. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not ignoring farmers. He is taking action by supporting farmers directly, starting with the distribution of fertilizer across the country. To help farmers grow food, reduce the cost of production, and increase harvest across the country, President Tinubu has launched a bold farming plan to open up 10 million hectares of land for cultivation of agricultural produce. That is 24 million acres if you are counting. And here is how it works for farmers. Number 1, fertilizer is given to farmers so they can grow more food without high cost. Number 2, land is made available up to 10 million hectares across the country for production of farm produce. Number 3, farmers plant, harvest and sell, helping to feed the country and reduce food prices. And here is number 4, jobs are created, especially for young people and women in rural areas and communities. The plan doesn't just fight hunger, it also strengthens the economy and increases our output. If Nigerians can grow what we eat, we will stop spending billions on food imports. And there's one thing that must happen. The fertilizer and land must go to real farmers, not politicians or middlemen, because this can stall the growth of the idea Tinubu has conceived. If done right, this could change everything for Nigeria's food security. Do you think this is the kind of support farmers have been waiting for?
What do you say of a Nigerian president who came to office without a plan. We came to office without a plan. And then he woke up and just said, oh, 3-point plan. What are the 3 points? What are they going to achieve? Who are the people who have worked on it? Oh, you come and you just open your mouth and make a pronouncement on something that has not been studied. Let me again give you an example. When I was military head of state, we decided to really be part of the frontline states to fight the last vestiges of colonialism and apartheid. And we were determined. So as a result of our policy, our pronouncement, our determination, then we became known as member of the frontline state, even though we were thousands of kilometers from the front line. And we decided that we will do what needs to be done. And then we worked with the frontline states. And where it was necessary that we go the whole hog with them, we did. And at the end of the day, we succeeded. But it cost us something, but what it cost us could have been wasted, even on anything. But our commitment make African countries and the international community to take us seriously and respect us, and they respected us for it. And that's leadership.